is Jan Salmen. I'm a co-founder of EVERGREEN Labs. We are a social and environmental enterprise. We founded EVERGREEN Labs 7 years ago with the purpose of creating positive impact on the environment while considering to include all the people that can be part of the value and supply chain. We decided to essentially become a venture builder addressing the challenges through either venture creation or venture support of solutions, build strong partnerships with solution providers or develop solutions ourselves. With this approach, it's a lot longer term, and that's why we are still here in Vietnam. We started to also offer advisory consulting services in our specific fields: our waste management, circular economy, ESG, CSR advisory, and sustainable tourism, sustainable agriculture. When we identify gaps in the market, we develop our own ventures. So when we came here 7 years ago, plastic waste was everywhere. We knew we were going to address it in one way or another. On the high value side, let's take plastic bottles. Originally, we just facilitated throughout the value chain and we connected to partners that existed. Low value plastic is a challenge because it is not collected by the informal system. This particular venture called Reform Plastic has now replicated the solution that is low cost, high impact, integrates the informal waste workers. We now have 12 factories in 7 countries, either operational or under construction. So the approach is really to replicate, to make the technology accessible. Coming back to higher value plastic, the best is really if we don't create the plastic in the first place. So we also created circular economy solutions, a venture called Glacier Water, where we cater primarily to the hospitality sector. And we try to connect to existing glass bottle suppliers in Vietnam, but the price was just too high. We make it very local. We collect, we wash, we refill, and we deliver. We now have 2 factories. So again, if we can connect the dots, we only connect the dots. If there are gaps in the market, we develop the solutions. Identifying an issue is quite easy. You just have to have your eyes open and see what you have experienced in the world that is better elsewhere than it is in the place that you're currently in. We never have a situation where everything is perfect. There's always something to do. And I don't think this is a Vietnam-specific part. I think this applies throughout the world. But we, as a social enterprise, believe that if you can make it a business model that can at least sustain itself and you don't have to keep asking for donations, it is more impactful because it is more sustainable. If you depend on donations, a lot of your efforts are going to go into continuous fundraising, thus not creating additional impact. You can start on a very, very small scale and step by step increase your reach, your impact. It's one of the biggest compliments to be copied by other operators because they don't only believe in the mission, they also believe in the model that we have created. I think we're in trouble. We can still counterbalance the adverse effects that we've had on the planet. I know I'm never going to be plastic free, but I can do something to mitigate my plastic footprint. There are tools, but it requires discipline. To have that discipline, you really need to be positive. But first of all, you need to realize how bad of a situation we are in. Right now, with all the amazing efforts that exist in the world, we're just slowing down our adverse impact. So it needs to be a lot more. And an individual can only do so much. So speaking up is a very important part. We realized that people just don't necessarily know. So the awareness part is one, and then putting pressure on larger corporates, but also offering solutions to them. Looking at the amazing inventions that have taken place over the last decades and applying them, replicating them, and making them accessible at a reasonable cost. I am, in general, very positive that we can still get there, but we need to do it now.